All right, Alex.
What'd you just call me? What'd you just call me? Excuse me?
Alex
We have to throw hands? We have to throw hands
was
right now?
voted out of Survivor Fiji last episode.
Oh, yeah, he was. That's right. It
That's
was
what I was
pretty
saying.
epic. Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
He was.
That's what
And
they all
then
say. That's what they all say.
welcome back
Yeah,
to
he was.
Survivor
It was,
Fiji as well. If you're new to the channel,
yeah.
we're going through Survivor chronologically. I'm a big fan. Been taking Alec through for the first time ever for his first-hand reactions. You can go back in our playlist. There's hundreds of Survivor videos to enjoy. I implore you, enjoy them.
It's true.
All right.
It's very true. It is my first time. I've been sworn to secrecy, so I do not know what's about to happen in the episode we're about to watch. But yeah, Alex was voted out last time.
You do know what happened in the last episode, though. That's for sure.
Well, that is for sure. Yeah.
Though half of the time, it's like you don't.
Half of the time, it's like, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's happening. Were there any major highlights in the last episode? I mean, it was kind of... we get some letters from home. Dreams get a little bit extra inspiration from that.
Alex
tried
camp.
Alex
tried to get something going.
Tried to get something going in there, but yeah, nothing could really get done. There was a little bit of the drama building that the edit usually does, but it's not.
But Earl basically
nothing going on
that.
yet.
He was like,
more or less, yeah.
Let's not get carried away here. I'm not about to get lawyered on this.
Now this is the episode. Now we're coming up, I think, where the drama really has to set in. It has to set in.
Give us the drama. Come on.
Give us some. Turn on each other. That's all I want. So,
all
yeah.
Right. Well, let's see. As always, click the link in the description to see the highlights of the reaction and come back afterwards for the discussion. All right. There you go.
And the reason...
Yeah.
Wow. What an episode,
it's the
man.
First
what an
time
episode.
We've seen someone receive the most votes and not be voted out.
Wow.
There it is.
That's amazing. What an episode of freaking Survivor that was. I gotta say, I enthralled. That's, dare I say that I have been very, very hesitant to give any real awards to any episodes of the season. It's just been kind of an okay season for the most part. I'm gonna be real. But I was on the edge of my seat that whole episode, man. That was I'm giving that my star, I think. I'm giving that my Survivor star. I think
there it is.
I was just enthralled the whole time. I mean, we have a major deal. That's the first time anything like that's ever been happen.
Yeah.
Where Yau-Man brokers a deal with Dreams to give him the truck if he promises to if he wins immunity in the Final Four challenge, that he would give it to him to guarantee him a spot in the final three. Which is great, wild, because Dreams immediately took it, and he kind of like realized kind of after he took it, he's like, oh well, I mean, I understand now why he did that. Yeah. But so there's like Dreams figuring stuff out, Dreams trying to play pretty hard, he's gaming pretty hard. They seem to come up with a pretty good plan. Meanwhile, Yau-Man goes to Exile Island. He finds a clue, brings that back to Earl. Earl finds the other immunity idol. So now this a little alliance has two immunity idols, which is pretty amazing. Dreams is wheeling and dealing and making plans to try to get rid of Yau-Man now. And Stacy is really in on that too, because she knows that she's going home if she doesn't do that. She doesn't go along with that. Mm-hmm. And then Yau-Man just has is really good at like getting emotional vibes from people, like the body language, probably the way people said things to him, probably the way, I don't know. Some people are really, really good at reading the room, particularly when like deception is going on.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I don't think we've seen like lots of those people do something like being able to really do something about it on Survivor. And like it was just really exciting to actually like see an immunity idol come into play in an exciting way, because to me this is the best way to have these hidden immunity idols, where you have to guess that you're you kind of have to do this. You have to read the vibes to figure out if
Yeah, I
you're
mean,
getting out or not.
now we've seen it on display for one time. Now I think we can safely say
Yeah.
it's a way better version than the other idols.
Oh, so much better.
The other one's
Yeah.
just like if you get the most votes, then you can just use it. This one's like, yeah, you have to
Yeah.
actually play and make the read, and like, and there's a gamble if you hold on for it. You don't want to hold on for it too long, and yeah, I mean, it came down to for his, it wasn't as big. It's like he could use it this time or next time. So if he gets any inkling, then he's probably
Right.
going to use it this time because it would be so dumb
Right.
to give it out when you could have just used it. But
Yeah.
still, yeah, like he actually Dreams got the votes for it. He knows his plan. He was saying none of my plans happen, none of my plans work. And actually getting it together, and then of course, didn't work.
It
still didn't work.
It's still foiled. It is. I mean, it is too bad because it was exciting. It's an exciting episode for Dreams, an exciting episode for pretty much everybody still involved at this point. Boo, I guess, is just, I don't know. He's Boo. I don't know. He tried to come up with this whole beginning of this episode is about him being like, I'm gonna sneak by the water hole so I can hear people talking about me. Meanwhile, everyone's talking about him back at camp.
Yeah.
While he's doing this, at least in the edit. Well, but it was kind of funny that was like that's what's going on. But yeah, the car immunity challenge, and then again the whole Yau-Man making a deal about that's huge. That's something like that's never really happened in Survivor either. So
yeah, it's huge, and obviously something to at least keep in mind going into the finale. Now it's the next episode, and yeah, it's interesting. Earl has an idol, so he's seemingly guaranteed the final four at least. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of intrigue coming into the finale.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
Overshadowed by the idol play itself is the fact that Dreams essentially clocked exactly what Yau-Man was doing with that deal.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, we see growth and like reading of like what's going on. I mean, I don't think Yau-Man wasn't. I don't think he was trying to be sneaky about it. I think it was pretty obvious what he was doing. In doing so, like they even talked about it later. There was like, yeah, I mean, obviously, Dreams is like, yeah, I'm not stupid. I know what you did, and like I know why you're doing it. And Yau-Man's like, yeah, I mean, it is strategy, ultimately. But
I mean, it probably didn't help matters when Yau-Man was saying that he got bad vibes. It probably didn't help when Dreams was like, I'm not stupid, Yao. Like, I know you're probably trying to get me out of final three. So that's already going to have him think. You probably should just let him think you're stupid, You probably want to keep that to yourself.
At that point.
And,
yeah, because like if you'd left it with man, I wish we would have gotten. We wish Boo hadn't won that. Yeah. He should have left it at that. He didn't. It might be another little case of over talking there a little bit.
I mean, we've seen in the past Dreams' problem is his lack of subtlety. Like people can tell when he's like up to something in the past, or is like, okay, we don't even trust him to not go back and tell Alex and Mookie like to use that on the
what's
other
going on here. Yeah, it's an absolute wild card.
Yeah,
but I mean, it was a great idea. Like ultimately, it was a great idea. If they could have hid that better. If there had been an ability to hide those vibes better, then he would have been completely blindsided. Yeah,
he just happened to have a crew of maybe not the best players there that he had to use as the numbers and himself included in terms of like keeping like a poker face. Like I feel like Earl and Yau-Man probably would do better in that kind of position, like not acting shady.
Like to me, it was almost more interesting. Like it was easier for them to lie to Earl about it, or at least for like Stacy to kind of like lie to Earl, kind of be deceptive to Earl about like knowing that she's going home or whatever, even though she did end up going home. It was easier because it's like you're not lying to the person that you're voting out, So there might be a little bit of like. Bad at play too in terms of like because if you're lying to someone to their face, unless you're really really good at it, you're gonna give some. There are gonna be some ticks and some tells and things that you give
Yeah,
away,
and
and
that's probably why Dreams kind of threw in the "I'm not stupid" part, because it was almost like if I'm just looking this guy in the face and just he thinks he just made like a wholesome deal with me, and I'm going back on that. I'm like, no, I gotta actually at least make it
yeah,
known that I know I'm not stupid. It's not just like a you wanted to give me a car thing, you put that out there, so it's
yeah,
not like
yeah.
he looks like an evil person here. But
Mm,
it's like, yeah, he did what was required, or what he thought would be best, try to get him out before the final four, does not even have to face that dilemma. Still got one more
yeah,
round here, but we're down
I
to
know.
5, so they still theoretically could do it. Um, it just gets tricky,
Possibility.
It gets tricky with the fewer numbers, but Earl and Yau-Man were the only ones left out of this vote here. Like Earl seemingly was like, yeah, Stacy is she's going out with dignity, like she's accepting her fate. Like he
Yeah,
even said it in confessional, so you seem to be sold on it.
yeah.
From what we saw.
And then genuinely impressed with Yao's kind of foresight and his vibe check. Because
Mm-hmm.
like when all the votes were coming up for him, yeah, Yao's just sitting there smiling, like, "Yep, this was a good idea." And then Earl's just like looking over and just kind of like nodding, being like, "Wow, yeah,
Because I think
that's a good call."
Earl also is one of those things where Earl is used to being in like the power position and just think things going his way. So he's like, well, no, everybody's assuring me that we're voting out Stacey. So like, he's buying into it, and he's like, oh wow,
Yeah.
actually got me there.
Mm.
Yeah. Who would you give your MVP for the episode?
Man, that is really really tough.
Between two,
Because both
because
Dreams and Yao-Man are the driving forces of this episode.
yeah.
Um, I think I'm ultimately gonna have to give it to Yao-Man. As amazing, like I applaud Dreams for a lot of different things in this episode, but I think I got to give it to Yao-Man for being perceptive enough, the foresight. He also won that challenge and decided then to send himself to Exile Island,
Mm,
which ultimately did give him a leg up in the next thing. So that was
yeah.
like everything was like very very pinpoint calculated in his end in a really good degree, but it was also like he gave that man a truck. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of
And
amazing.
then
Sure, it's
they went and
strategy.
gave the
Sure, it
school
works
some
in his
stuff.
favor.
Forgot about that part too.
That was oh yeah, we didn't even mention that. That was a great scene too. I loved all that stuff with them bringing that and Jeff running out with the kids. He was like one of the excited kids too. He's
It's
dressed
such
the
a
same
funny
way.
scene. He's running out like with a smile on
Yeah.
his face.
Yeah, wholesome moments like that in Survivor are just really I love stuff like that. So it was good. Good seeing stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, man, just very, very well calculated effort on his part. And read the room very well.
Any
Better than
uh,
Earl could.
any last words for Stacy, who was the casualty of this?
Well, you tried because she's definitely like a significant part of this because she was like, oh yeah, I'm down to go against it now. That's the only way I can stay around. Um, for somebody that you know, wasn't exactly like super on board with like being around, like I would have much rather prefer like Michelle stuck around. She was all right to have around here. But
Yeah, it's kind
it's
of
happy
ironic.
trails.
Ironic too. She was like, ousting or didn't want to talk with Cassandra and Dreams, and it was literally those were the people she needed to help
Yeah,
her. That would have ultimately helped her not be voted out here if it weren't for the idol.
yeah,
Like she was so out on
yeah.
Dreams, and then she has this confessional saying, well, "Dreams comes up with this idea, and they get Yao-Man out here," and it's like, okay, wow, real change of heart, huh?
Mhm.
When it suits you.
Yeah. It's amazing how that works.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, one episode. One episode. Like I do really mean it. Like I was like genuinely like feeling stress and like pressure and I was like nervous for stuff. I mean, that's good television when you can still do that to me after watching however many seasons, 14 seasons of Survivor. First of all, you can still do that to me. Second of all, you can do that to me on a season that I've felt overall has been just kind of okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you can bring that out and still have that happen is a testament not only to all the players in this game, but also to the edits, to the to just just everything, just the whole thing. It's still a very entertaining show, and that's why this episode's great. Really love it.
Beautiful. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And now we look towards the finale. Now we're down to our final 5. Who are you rooting for? Who would you be disappointed as the winner? All the above.
I mean, the biggest. I think I would kind of be ultimately disappointed if Cassandra won. I think she's the only one. Boo probably a little bit too, because Boo's sort of coasted up until just like now. All of a sudden, he's killing it in all the challenges. Honestly, Dreams as a wild card would be just so wild to me if he won. This guy who's been out here, who's been just he's like doing his own thing half the time. Like people are like wanting to just like string him along and get rid of him, and he's been strung along, but now he's kind of taking the reins, but he's still sort of fumbling the bag. If he can pull it off and win, that would be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is like the dark horse winner. I am rooting, I think, ultimately for Yau-Man. I think a lot of his like calculated effort for most of this game has been really interesting. Playing kind of into Earl's like king sort of status. But Yau-Man has been just as cunning, just as kingly in a lot of ways, I think. So I don't think I would be disappointed if either of those 3 won for totally different reasons. Earl just for kind of having the seat of power for most of this and being kind of like ruling from above. Yau-Man for being really kind of a schemer, like a really crafty player. And Dreams just for being an absolute insane wild card. like that would be legitimately really fun if he won.
Yeah.
So
if you had to put your money on who would be the winner, who would you put it on?
I mean, it's anyone's. I maybe just as a meme, I would put it on Dreams, but like, I feel
you put your money on me.
Boy, it's really tough. I mean, because like I've been so wrong on a lot of my predictions,
you have certainly, but
very very wrong.
I'd like to go back has there ever been a right prediction? Probably like
a correct prediction.
Tom maybe, but I remember going to the
maybe
final
I said Tom's
two.
just
You were
gonna
like,
win.
I think Katie's gonna get this. Like, what's happening?
Did I really say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, she's guaranteed. I mean, Tom's burned so many people, but Tom is just dominant, and Katie was. I underestimated and kind of forgot through just osmosis of the little relationship arc she and
Ian Rosenberger.
Yeah, the little relationship drama they had or whatever was going on there. I forgot how disliked she was by literally everybody.
Yeah.
And then when we got to that, I was like, oh yeah, everybody hates her. That's right. Tom's winning this, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm leaning toward. It's tough because like Yau-Man, he might go home. Like he's not the. It's very specific immunity stuff that he's very very good at. So it's tough. I mean, people might feel like they got to get rid of him now that he's used his idol. So he might be out of here next time. So I don't know. Because regardless, like if you think if Boo, Cassandra, and Dreams are an alliance now, seemingly, that's going to be really hard to break that unless Earl or Yau-Man win immunity. I mean, Earl has the hidden idol, so theoretically he could also lend that to Yau-Man. That would be super risky to do. I don't know. It's tough to say, but I think because he's in a majority and he's the name that I've tossed around, I'm gonna say Dreams.
Okay.
Because he's technically in a majority now. Like he's against Earl and Yau-Man. You know, he's got Cassandra and Boo. Supposedly Boo, anyway, on his side. They both voted with him.
Right, I like how we
So
got nothing from like Boo actually, like what he's thinking. He's like, oh, he voted for Yao.
no,
He was in there, I guess. So cool. I have a dreams, and he has in the end,
yeah,
I am dreams. So
I am dreams.
I
Yeah,
don't
he said,
know what
yeah.
he meant by that, but
That's what he said. I'm not sure. I guess we're gonna have to see the episode to find out.
all
But
right, the
yeah.
finale's coming up next week. Come back for the
Mhm.
finale. We'll have an extended episode and everything, and then we'll have
Yeah, wow.
a week from then. We'll be able to do a full season review, looking back on the whole season, and then we're off to the next season. All right.
Oh yeah, right into it.
In the meantime, what video would you recommend our viewers watch next?
Oh boy, look at go check out our Survivor Thailand review.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, go check it out.
All right.
Yeah. The review season.
Beautiful. All right, check that out.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fun to look back at his old ones because it's like you didn't even know the greatness that was on the horizon. You know, you
No.
still hadn't
No way to
experienced
know.
the Amazon, Pearl Islands, All Stars, Vanuatu,
Man.
all of this. So, yeah.
A lot of greatness in there for sure.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. Come back next week for the finale. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, and whenever you do, we'll respond to it in the next episode of the Tarqaron podcast. And we'll be answering other comments and stuff for our big season review as well. All right. Hit the notification bell. Take care now.